Start
I lost my
recording,
phone
baby.
case. Never mind. I lied. My wife stole my phone case.
Alright, well, I've clicked the record button, so that's a great way to start the video. My wife lost my charging cord. Alright, good day, everybody. Welcome to the RCL Season 8
Oh,
B
my glasses
rankings.
too. Okay, then.
Yeah, so this is going to be a video of probably mid-length, just going over the B League draft, the B Division draft teams and where we think they're going to be ranking. I'm joined by Ty. He does a lot of my FFAs with me, so you probably recognize the stupidity in his voice.
I mean, stupidity, no. Complete and utter bluntness of how trash these players will play, yes.
Yeah, pretty much. Anywho, my first for number one pick is definitely Josh. Hopes pick Deoxys. Simply because I think he's the best player. In fact, even though I won last season of B Division and made my way to A, I think he actually is better than me. It's simply the fact that it's hard to beat Slowking, Trick Room, teleport into Ursaluna, and then destroy. It's like, it's kind of hard to beat that if you don't have like a massively defensive wall that he just didn't possess.
Well, I just want to say, you don't beat Ursaluna by outwalling it to begin with.
Yeah,
you
that's
have
fair.
to out-offense it. And Trick Room already makes that almost damn near impossible unless you've got, I don't fucking know, a slow threat.
Which is not very many. I mean, unless you got like a Melm, but then I just I take your Ice Punch and just headlong rush. And
well, the issue being with Ursaluna, it's got good bulk. It's got, what, 130 in HP or some shit?
Yeah.
So it's got good bulk. It has 60 Spadef, so I guess if you want to attack it on the Spadef side, that's fine. But like 60 and 130, it's still going to tank a lot of fucking hits.
Especially if you AV and then like do something else and not worry about the Flame Orb. It has a lot of versatility. But that's not what we're here to discuss. I'm getting off topic.
Well, another issue with facing Ursaluna is you got to think it came out in a generation of Gen 8, which was a very balanced offense, hyper offense oriented meta. It was a fast meta.
Yeah.
So to have Ursaluna be a Trick Room abuser, there wasn't many Trick Room abusers in the meta.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
So it made it even harder to counter. Do I think it's still hard to counter now? Yeah, because now it has access to Terralization. And Terra Normal, fun fact.
Facade just goes burr.
It 2-co's defensive Steela.
Fucking hell.
So, you know.
That was a massive side note about Ursaluna, though, hey.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're here in Ursaluna, and I don't even think it's on the team that's currently on the screen.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. We should probably try and stay roughly on topic. But yes.
Let's stay on topic.
Yes.
There's a reason this team is the best one in the B Division. And in my opinion, I don't even think it's close. Because when you have something... The best addition for Pult is a physical stab. And now you give it to it.
You give it Terra Blast, Ghost.
You have a Terra Blast Ghost now. You have a base 80 stab move. Fun fact, it's stronger than Shadow Claw.
That doesn't surprise me, actually.
Shadow Claw's only base 70.
That's oddly weak, honestly.
Yeah, I know. That's why when I was yelling in Gen 8 that I'm running Poltergeist on everything, it's because it was literally the best ghost move we had.
Yeah, that's...
I think we take 2 turns. Like, we had Phantom Force, what's the other one? Giratina's move, what's the other one?
Shadow Force, I think.
I think it is Shadow... There's another one, Phantom Force. Phantom Force and Shadow Force, yeah, they were stronger ghost-type attacks.
But two-turn moves or aids.
So they were more easily stoppable.
Definitely. And also combining that with Libero Cinderace is also... They're just a nasty combination of hyper offense Pokemon.
Well,
like, they both kind of just click buttons.
You now have Pult, a base 125 attack, base, what is it, 143, fucking, no, 142?
Something like that.
142 speed demon. What does it struggle with? Stopping steals. What does Cinderace help with? Punching steals. So I actually helped Josh build his team. Because originally he wanted to pair Dragapult with Meowscarada. And I literally looked at him and I told him, you can take, what was it? I think it was either Meowscarada, fine. You could take Cinderace or Urshifu. Or there was something else, and I can't remember it. Yeah. But I'm like, the 3 options I gave you are much better than Meowscarada.
Yeah, definitely. But honestly...
And so we had a discussion going back and forth, and he's like, you know what, I'll go Cinderace. I'm like, great.
Yeah, that's fair. Honestly, I think this team is broken, and not just because of Cinderace and Dragapult, but simply the amount of slow, bulky Pokemon. Like, he can just sit around with between Sylveon as a special... Sylveon and Clodsire for special wars, Dondozo, Uxie, Serena to some degree, and Fortress as all physical wars. Even Phalanx can do something with, like, no retreat and that. So he can just sit around with all his bulky walls, and then when there is nothing else left on the field, he can just use either Dragapult or Cinderace to sweep.
Well, I mean, after it wouldn't even be to sweep. It would literally be to ending cleanup.
Yeah. I mean, terminology, same shit, different smell.
That's going to get brushed over with this team. And I know it probably will never come down to it. But Josh better hopes that it doesn't come down to, like, rocks are on the field, I'm fucked type of game. Because he only has 2 removers, and that is Serena and Fortress.
To be fair, though, his team's not overly weak to rocks, though. I mean, Cinderace, Iron Jugulus, and Frost.
I'm not worried about spikes. Fortress is pretty weak to spikes, too. Or not spikes, rocks. But I'm not worried about rocks.
What are you worried about then?
I'm worried about spikes.
Well, I mean...
Because in the long run, versus this team with one... I guess you have 2 levitators and 1 flying. You have 3 Mons immune to spikes. And another, what is it, fucking 9 Mons that if you throw up spikes... 3 Mons immune to spikes. And if you throw up 3 layers of spikes... the rest of his Mons get hit by them.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
With his only 2 removers being less than 10 points, that's not ideal. So, I mean, another thing I like about his team is the fact that there's pivot. He can get his walls in pretty freely.
Yeah,
like he's got
true.
U-turn, bat and pass. U-turn, volt switch. Fucking U-turn, volt switch. Like, he's got a good amount of what you may need. And the best things about his defensive walls, and I don't think you even thought of this.
Probably not.
Is his defensive walls have unaware.
Yeah, Clodsire unaware is definitely... I did think about that.
As well.
What else as well?
Donzo has it as well.
Oh, it does.
Meaning they can't outboost.
Yeah, you can't boost your way around. Either.
I actually have to fact check that. Donzo has it, right? I'm not a fucking idiot.
I don't know. I only know Clodsire does.
I'm like 99% sure Donzo gets it. Donzo, it does. It's literally its main ability. Donzo's other abilities are pretty fucking shit.
Oh, okay.
Unaware, Oblivious, and Water Veil.
Yeah, those aren't very helpful. But, I mean, Clodsire is really good because it has, in terms of abilities, because of Unaware, but it also has Water Absorb, and you never really know what it can be. And it's one of those things where it's versatile for the matchup.
Well, I mean, I don't think this will go before me and Aiden play. This will go out before me and Aiden play. Because we play tomorrow sometime.
Yeah.
Or, well, I guess today sometime later in the day.
Yeah, true. I'm still...
Like,
this is going to be a tiny bit of fourth wall breaking, but I'm not entirely sure how I want to edit it, but we'll see what I do with it.
Well, like, me and Aiden play in about 12 hours? A little bit less? 10 hours?
I was going to say, there's no shot he plays 3.
This probably isn't...
Oh, what the fuck? I think my Discord just rebooted. He'll be back in a moment.
Did you die?
Yeah, I'm alive again. Hi.
What happened?
My Discord just decided to reboot itself randomly.
Oh, alright. Hopefully that didn't fuck your recording then.
Nah, the recording's fine. It's just you disappeared mid-sentence.
Okay, so, like, me and Aiden play about 10, 12 hours from now, so I doubt this goes out before it.
No, it won't be.
But I've noticed with Clodsire, it's specifically with things that get coverage for it. My prime example being my Urshifu in Victory Road. I was able to build a set that even if it's water absorbed, I can still out-boost them on.
Yeah.
And kill it with nuts.
Yeah, that's definitely
And if it's not water absorbed and it's unaware, then I can say fuck boosting and just kill it with Surging Strikes.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Urshifu put a lot of pressure on Clodsire as a Pokemon, and a lot of people aren't going to realize that until they actually play with Urshifu.
Yeah. You think we're done with this team tie? It's already been 11 minutes.
Listen, I can go on about how much better this team is. I mean, another thing about Julius as well, it lacks a good flying stab, and Josh makes up for that as well with giving it the flying Terra type.
What flying moves does it get, actually?
I think like best one is like Hurricane. It might get Air Slash. You should also explain how the Terra rules actually work.
Yeah, that's fair. Hold on. So Air Slash, it does get by level up.
I think its next best move is Hurricane.
Yeah, it gets Hurricane as well. You're right. Alright, yeah. He's right. I should go over Terra type. So the way we've got our Terra types running in the B League, or it might be the same for A League, but I'm not sure right now, is you have
that'll be a me and Bailey decision later in the fucking
at least after B's over anyway.
Yeah, because we need B coaches to fill the A as well.
Yeah. So we have 2 Terra captains, one above 10 points and one below, or at or above 10 points and one below. So as you can see, Josh here has Ghost type Dragapult and Flying type Jugulus. You can do any type, but you can't Terra any of your other mons. You can just And
Caleb did a very poor job of explaining it.
Thanks.
Because well, you did. Because here's the thing. The rules are you can have one mon of any point value. If people wanted to have 2 mons under 10 points, sure, they can.
FYI, I'm pretty sure I actually did say in the rules it's one above and one below. I don't think I said any.
Well, then you fucked it.
What? It's my fucking league. I can change the rules if I want. It doesn't make that much of a difference. No one's gonna choose 10 mons, like 2 mons below 10 points.
I don't know. I almost did. I almost made Cleavor a fucking Terra captain.
I mean, alright, fair, but shut the fuck up. But no, I did. I just checked the rules. I did make it 1 at or above, and 1 below. So there was no 1 below and 1 at any. So shut the fuck up.
Caleb's a bitch, is what I'm hearing. Got it.
Anyway, I'm moving on to my number 2 pick, Ancient Archen.
This Leon guy's he's garbage. No, Leon's one of my best friends.
Yeah. So a little bit of background for Archen. He is the person who's been playing the longest out of everyone in this server, but he kind of hasn't played in the last 10 years or something. No, it's been a couple years since he's last playing, so I'm expecting him to be fairly rusty.
His last time playing was
season 3, I think. Maybe season 2.
I think it was the transition from Gen 7 to 8.
When the fuck... Do you expect me to just know when that was, Ty?
Well, Gen 8 just left, and Gen 8 was out, well, each mainstream game's out for 3 years, so... Because I remember he battled in one of the later seasons.
I'm pretty sure it was season... I'm pretty sure it was season 3 he played last.
I don't... It is what it is.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, but yeah, he's a little rusty. But the thing about Leon is, if he tries, he's actually a very good battler. His issue is,
I think
he just prefers to take it easy and chill out, and not try.
A trying Leon is probably the best player in the B League.
I agree. A trying Leon is definitely an A division player. He just doesn't like to try. So this second place is...
Leon's like me. Leon is a lot like me in the regards that he fucks around and finds out.
Fair. But yeah, so even though I've put him in second place, due to his lack of effort, he'll probably end up coming lower. But I still think it's worthy place, considering his skills and just his team. I mean, Great Tusk and Water Annihilate are a great offensive option, with Wash Tom and Gargle and Goodra and even Screamtail as defensive options. Not to mention the Alolan Muck, which is like both mine and his favorite defensive Pokemon. He's got Webs and Intimidate with Masquerain, and even Victory Dance Lilligant is pretty nice.
So, unfortunately, actually, looking at this team, I do realize something that's going to fuck him over should players realize it as well.
What's that?
He is really weak to Psychic Spam.
I mean, he's got a Mug, he's got a Screamtail, he's got Goodra. Oh, actually, no, that doesn't resist. Never mind.
That's it. That's literally it.
Yeah.
He has 3 resists and 3 weak, and then everything else is neutral.
Yeah, that's fair. If you, especially if you have the coverage to deal with the resists as well, that's definitely a fair point.
And most Psychics do. Most Psychics have a Shadow Ball for the Screamtail, and whatever they may need for the rest. The other 2. Typically fair. A fighting move. Focus Blast.
That's definitely fair.
So...
Valid point has been made. But yeah, just between his level of skill and his pretty balanced team, I would like to say, I think he's got a good shot at doing really well.
His are ass.
What even are his speed tiers?
It goes from 111 in Screamtail, 105 in Lilligant, and then he drops right down to 90 in Annihilate.
And then it's down to like 80 something with Great Tusk and shit, right?
Then it's down to 86 within Rotom, I think. I don't think Great Tusk is faster than Rotom.
I have no idea. Great Tusk speed
Great Tusk is 87. It's 1 point faster than Rotom.
I mean, I was still right. I did say it was his next fastest, but yeah, you're right. He doesn't have the best speed tiers, but he always was more of a defensive player, so I think that's fine enough. Question mark.
Actually, how fast is Flareon?
Not very, but it does have Flare Boost. Not Flare Boost.
No, it doesn't. It has Guts.
Oh, what the, didn't it? I thought it got like Toxic Boost or something.
No.
Never mind. Flareon Space 65.
I'm pretty sure Toxic Boost is Zangoose ability.
It is, but I thought other mons got it as well.
Flare Boost is Drifblim's.
Yeah, I realized. But yeah, Flareon's only 65, so it's not exactly fast.
Not fast. Yeah, so he drops all the way down from 87 to 86 into... what, fucking 60s? That's not good.
Yeah, I think his main hope in that regard would be to bring Masquerain to bring Webs every week.
He has Webs. He does have Webs and Masquerain. He has Tailwind and Masquerain. I mean, Tailwind's not really a singles move. It's more of a doubles, but
I mean,
it could work.
Yeah, I was going to say, if he works it right, between Webs and Wind, he could use, like, Muck to outspeed something, and that'd be really funny. That's, actually, knowing Leon, that's something he would try. He would use Tailwind and Webs to try and outspeed a fast Pokemon, like using a slow mon to outspeed a fast mon.
most definitely. And I mean, no, speed tiers matter a lot. And I mean, like, I'll let him away with it because I don't think covering the 70 speed tier is all that important.
Yeah.
Especially not in today's meta. Sure, if we were talking, like, fucking back in Gen 6 or Gen 7, I would say, yeah, no, that's an important speed tier to fill, but everything is just getting faster now. It don't matter.
Yeah. Alright, moving on. I'm going to my third place pick, which is Rose. So he was our loser of A for this season, or for last season rather, and he's been pushed down to B. But I actually still think he is not as good as both Josh and Leon. But I will say...
I just want to say before we get into this team, this man committed highway robbery in free agency. He was able to swing an Iron Hands for a Palafin trade.
Yeah, he definitely did well with that one.
Yeah, like me and Josh were sitting in call, and as this went down, and me and Josh both I was playing a game and he was team prepping for Victory Road, and I was like, Josh, look at the transactions tab. And this motherfucker's like, what? It's the B League. What could have possibly happened? And he's like, are you talking about that? And I'm like, yep, this motherfucker just swung arguably one of the best mons in this generation.
I mean, it is
as
an
of
Uber.
right now.
It is an Uber, so...
For an Iron Hands.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing Iron Hands has going for it is that it's a belly drum mon. But at the same time...
It's not even a belly drum mon. It's not fast enough to abuse belly drum.
That's what I was going to say. It's more like Snorlax in that regard, where it's like slow belly drum with some bulk.
And even then, giving up half your HP is not the go-to.
That's true. Hang on. Could you possibly, like, wish pass into belly drum? Is that a thing?
Like, I mean, you could set a wish. As long as you come in at full HP, you won't use the wish until you take your HP. But you also have to account for living whatever gets thrown your way, right? So it would take a lot of positioning.
That's fair.
And honestly, not positioning that I think Rose can do.
That's fair. Well, it's good that he made the switch then, huh? In saying that, I also don't rate the Decidueye Hisui. I mean, what's that thing's stats, honestly?
65 speed.
60 speed, actually. 112 attack, 95 specials. I don't know. I don't rate rate it as a draft league Pokemon. I mean,
I think it's fine because like.
My question is, why round 4 though?
That's what I find stupid about the pick.
If it was like down the bottom, I would be like, yeah, all right, that's fine, whatever. But like at round 4, you decide to draft a Decidueye.
But here's my thing. I don't oppose this pick as badly. It's because it has Scrappy. And so it can just throw off banded CCs.
That is valid.
And with no regard to fucking ghost types. And it also gets knockoff. It's one of the few mons in this meta that kept knockoff.
That is definitely true.
Oh, it gets Trailblaze.
Well, that fixes its speed issue, I guess.
Anyone watching this won't understand my obsession with Trailblaze, but I think it's one of the best moves that has been widely spread to things.
It really is. It's because so many mons learn it. Like, you can take any Pokemon and just... There's like a...
Cinderace now hits... Oh, that's what we didn't speak on. Any of the coverage moves Mons got. Cinderace now has SD and Trailblaze.
And it was already fast enough. It didn't even need Trailblaze, but it's good that it has grass coverage to deal with like a Gastrodon or something.
Exactly. That's what it lacked, was a way to deal with waters like Swampert or Gastro or Quag. That's what it lacked. And now that it's got not only a speed boosting move, but a setup move that isn't bulk up, it's doing well for itself. I don't remember Leon's team if it got anything.
I don't think it did.
Leon...
No, not really.
No, not by the look of it.
No.
Not by the look of it. I mean, I'm sure Flareon got Trailblaze.
Yeah, it did. All the evolutions do, I think.
It did, yeah.
Honestly, I think I might have made a mistake putting Cinderace at 17 instead of 18 points, honestly.
No, you didn't. You made a mistake of putting a Lecky at 18 points.
Fuck you.
No, thank you.
Shut up.
I'm married.
Anyway, back to Rose.
Honestly, I don't rate Moon.
Yeah.
Like, I've used it. I don't rate it like most people do.
Wait, what don't you rate?
What pick was he?
What don't you rate?
The Roaring Moon.
Oh.
Good Mon, just... It feels like it comes up short half the time.
I think the biggest perk of Roaring Moon is the scare factor.
Well, I mean, yeah. But, like, at the same time, that doesn't stop it from coming up short half the time.
I mean, true, but it forces prep, which can allow other things like Palafin and Iron Moth. It's hard to prep for all three of those monsters, right?
I mean, Rocky Helmet stops 2 of them.
I mean, Palafin can, like, 2-ko every Pokemon, really. Roaring Moon...
No, it can't. No, it can't. Stop this.
It can 2-ko a lot of Pokemon, man.
Most bulky waters stop it unless it's the throat spray bullshit set.
Okay, you're right, but I feel like they reduced the amount of bulky waters in this gen.
They did until Home gets here. It's fucking same reason Dracovish was so good when it first came out. Was because there was, like, no bulky waters.
Yeah.
The moment all the bulky waters came out, Dracovish was fucking terrible.
Yeah, fair.
I'm picturing Palafin going down the same route. It's oppressive now that there's no bulky waters, but the moment there's bulky waters, I could see it falling down a few points.
You definitely make a really good point, honestly.
But, I mean, Roaring Moon's fine. It's a good Mon. Just, I don't rate it as highly as others do.
Yeah, that's fair.
I also don't know what pick Rose was. He might have been in the later end of the draft. I think he was. I think he was, like, pick 8.
I think it was even lower. I think it was, like, 10.
Like, I think he was in the fairly later ends of the draft.
He was number 9.
Oh, okay.
The fact that he even got Roaring Moon as pick 9 is pretty nuts, actually.
I don't think it is. I think people overly, heavily overrate it as where it should be going in the draft. I think pick 9 to 16 is a fair place for it to go. Because
okay.
what do you typically have? If I take a look at a tier list right now, what do you have going before it? And we'll just use the one that's on hand.
Well, obviously, Chi-Yu, Chien-Pao, Valiant, right off the bat, all of them.
Let me open up the draft board. What have you got going before it? He got it at what, pick 9?
Yeah.
You have Chi-Yu, Chien-Pao, Dragapult, Battlebond Greninja, Valiant. So there's already 5 Mons that should go ahead of it. Then you got Great Tusks that should go ahead of it.
You really think Great Tusk?
I think Great Tusk is much better than Roaring Moon.
Interesting.
Just because of what it brings.
Very interesting indeed.
Fucking Bundle can go before it.
Well,
and fucking Palafin can go before it. But here's the issue. You hella overrated Roaring Moon.
Maybe so.
Like, there are 2 Mons that I'm surprised even got picked up.
I mean, I know you were surprised by the Lecky.
The Alecki shouldn't have been higher than 16.
Oh, well.
And the Roaring Moon shouldn't have been higher than 17.
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't see a reason to change the Roaring Moon.
I mean, it is what it is. I'm just surprised that they got picked up. But, I mean, that's the B-League difference, I guess.
Yeah. Fair.
But,
anyway.
yeah. Getting Roaring Moon at 9 is not as crazy as people make it out to be.
Yeah, alright, well. All right, back to the team. So Donphan, I think, is a great choice. 5th round is pretty.
Donphan, I mean, it's a pretty alright ground type.
I think
it's not something to write home about.
It's not, but I think it's really good utility. I mean, it gets knock off and rapid spin, which are great. It
gets Ice Shard as well.
Yeah, Ice Shard is always lovely.
I think it gets Play Rough and Seed Bomb and shit as well.
Yeah, as well as Mega Horn.
So it's got decent coverage. I just think it's a very mid ground type.
I agree. It's fairly mid, which is why it's only 10 points. But I think for the 10 points, it's pretty good.
I will say, though, a Florges.
The special bulky one,
That mon is fucking garbage. I don't give a shit how you looking at it. That mon is fucking terrible.
Yeah, I don't rate the Florge either.
I'm already docking points from this draft just for him drafting Florges.
I definitely don't rate the Florge.
Staraptor's fine. I mean, it's a revenge killer. It's a revenge killer. It's a banded, whatever, killer. It is what it is. Oh, yo, I see your porn. Where are you going, bro?
I don't know. Alright, it's fine. We're back here.
A Bisharp, I'm docking more points from it because it's a Bisharp. Poltergeist, it's terrifying. I think that's fine. It is what it is.
The Indeedee is not bad.
Indeedee isn't terrible. It allows you to not revenge the Poltergeist once it sets up.
Yeah. Frostmoth seems very wasted.
Having said that, it does fuck over the Palfin.
Jet Punch, yeah, that's fair.
And then, I mean, you have Frostmoth. Frostmoth's a pretty bad mon unless it's Terra. And it's not Terra, so it's just...
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why Frostmoth is here, to be perfectly honest.
It was just because I guess he had leftover points.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm sure you could have gotten something better than Frostmoth.
Yeah.
So, here is arguable... I would say this team is better than Rose's.
I think the team...
Joke aside on the 4% Bisharp. I think this team is far better than Rose's.
I agree. I think the team is better, but I still think Rose has an edge over Aiden in terms of battle prowess.
Not with my help, he doesn't.
Maybe. But let's start this off by...
Well, not you, I guess you weren't down there like you typically are.
Can we just start this off by saying Aiden has by far the best possible FDS core? Valiant, Garchomp, and Heatran. What's a better FDS core? I mean, maybe Steela, but that's not available.
Iron Valiant, Dragapult, Steela.
Again, Steela's not available, and I think Garchomp's better than Dragapult.
You're a fucking clown.
Well, we know this.
Maybe in this gen, if Terra's banned away from Polt because Garchomp has spikes and shit now. So maybe in this gen, but even then, I think you're gonna get looked at weirdly.
Well, don't forget, Garchomp is literally one of the most variable Pokemon there is. It can be run Dragon Dance, Sweep, offensive. It can be run Rocky Helmet, Rough Skin, defensively. It can be run.
No, I'm gonna invalidate your argument already.
Go ahead.
Garchomp doesn't learn Dragon Dance. It never has.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. Scale Shot SD was the other thing.
It lost Scale Shot.
It did? Oh, alright, well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still got a decent speed of like 102 or something.
Now, if we play in Nat decks, where it has its spike setting, its hazard setting set, its bulkier sets, and then its offensive sets, sure, fine, maybe. Still a stretch, but maybe. But it lost Scale Shot, which is a pretty big fucking hit.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, honestly.
Then you have Heatran. I don't fancy Heatran. I know a lot of people are high on Heatran as Mon. I am not. I think Heatran's terrible. It can't hit a fucking move to save its life.
I don't think it's amazing, but in the current meta, I think it's probably one of the better steals.
I mean, yeah, when you have a total of 16 steals, sure.
Yeah, it's like the three highest points steals are Corviknight, Heatran, and Iron Treads.
Iron Treads. I would low-key think Iron Treads is actually better on this team. because Iron Treads gives him a ground which he lacks. I'm
He
just
has
noticed.
Garchomp.
Oh no, he doesn't. He has Garchomp.
I was gonna say he has a Garchomp.
I don't know. I still think Iron Treads is better because it has pivot.
But, it probably is better, but he doesn't
off.
have a fire type. I mean, he has a Houndour, but we're not counting that.
Like, I mean, I don't think a fire type's a necessary typing. I don't think cores are necessary in general.
The cores definitely aren't necessary, but I think fire is a very important type.
I think if your synergy is fine, I don't think people need to stop with cores. It's synergy over cores. Cores don't win championships. Synergy does.
Yeah, that's fair.
Thundy T, I actually like Thundy T plus Garchomp.
Yeah.
Because it covers the Vaporeon's weaknesses.
Yeah.
Allowing, from week to week, allowing Calm Mind Vaporeon to do better.
Definitely.
Issue with Vaporeon on this team is he already lacks something with Toxic. Vaporeon lost Toxic. He lacks a Cleric. Vaporeon lost Heal Bell as well.
Yeah, Vaporeon, I didn't realize how much it got nerfed this season.
Well, that's why Umbreon's so bad. It lost literally its entire identity.
Yeah, they really nerfed the defensive options and buffed the offensive options with Calm Mind now.
T-Tar's a fine Mon. I mean, T-Tar's pretty mid.
You're really calling T-Tar
like, I guess
mid,
it's
wow.
decent. Dragon Dance, fucking bulky Stealth Rocks, Iron Defense.
Yeah.
You know,
I definitely rate the T-Tar.
That. You can go special T-Tar if you really need to.
Yeah, it's also got a good amount of versatility to it.
Did T-Tar keep Meteor Beam by chance?
I have no idea.
Is Meteor Beam even in the game anymore?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I ran it so much on Celesteela that I don't even know if it gets Meteor. Nope, it's not even in the fucking game anymore.
Well, there's your answer. It does not.
Yeah, it's not even in the game anymore. It was cut just like Triple Axel. That's unfortunate. Meteor Beam was a fun move.
Yeah, I also rate the Breloom though. I always loved Breloom's design, but it's got
Breloom's cool. I would have made it my Terra user personally.
What type would you have made it?
What type?
Yeah.
Fighting easily. Technician boosted Terra fighting Mach Punch.
That's hurting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I mean, Breloom is still good in general. Spore, you know, no.
Yeah. I was gonna say
no backlash to clicking Spore unless they're safety goggles. You got fucking Banded Mach Punch. You know, subsets with Toxic Heal, Toxic Orb. You know.
Yeah.
It's Leech Seed subsets. You know, like it's got its niches.
Yeah, I was gonna say it has a lot of uses.
Tiers are fucking shit.
Is Breloom not fast?
It's base like 70, dude.
What the fuck? Breloom's one of those Pokemon. It's like Blaziken. I always think that they're very fast, but they're just not.
The Breloom, you look at it and you're like, oh, you're at least base 100.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
I look at that thinking it's high speed. But no.
And then you look at it and it's like, oh, you're only base 70? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, he goes from Iron Valiant at 116... down to Frostlass at 110, down to Garchomp at 102, down to Thundy at 101, all the way down to Breloom.
Yeah, that's missing some room there.
Like, this is where I think your speed tiers are gonna fuck them over.
Going from 101 to 70 is not good, that's for sure.
And this is where I think, this is a team where I think he's going to get fucked over by things within the base 80 speed tier that's going to run modest against him.
Yeah. You've got a very good point there.
Can I think of a base 80 Mon at the moment? Not really. Base 80 is not a speed tier I typically look at.
Yeah,
because
that's fair.
Typically, I have cushions around that speed tier.
I mean, to Titan, I think is base 80. No, it's base 30. What am I talking about? Never mind.
See, Titan?
Yeah, isn't it based 80 something?
It's based like fucking 70 something.
73, my bad.
Yeah. Base
well.
80 that's gonna... I mean, yeah, no, see, Titan will come in and rock this team. It's got the coverage to do so. But if we talking, like, straight base 80s that is gonna rock this team, it'll be Scarf Guard of War.
Yeah, that definitely hurts this team.
Scarf Gardevoir, Dragonite, Slitherwing, fucking Gallade, Passimian, fucking Metacham will pull up on a team like this.
You make some valid points. Alright, I'm moving on. Let's see. We next have
wait a second. Heatran's slower than I thought it was.
How fast do you think it was?
It's faster than I thought it was, actually. What did I say? 101 down to fucking 70?
It's 77, but wait. Still.
I lied. He drops 101 down to 77, which is still fucking terrible.
I was gonna say, it's not much better.
It does force 80s out of Modest, but, I mean, if you respect that it's 77, which, personally, I don't. But
yeah.
That's a conversation for a whole nother time.
Alright, moving on to my number 5 place. We have Nick, Nosepass Man.
This is a draft I helped with.
Fair enough. Having Torkoal Walking Wake is a good pairing, but then he also have Azu and Glacier, which do not appreciate it. So I think it's fairly mix-matched.
He's gonna struggle to use this team, and there's a reason being. He's got decent removal, all things considered. Like, he's got Noivern, he's got Torkoal, and then he's got a Spike Setter within Ting Lu to help the Walking Wake and Specs Noivern, whatever, right?
Yep.
Now, here's the thing. My big thing is, his team is slow as a bag of dicks.
Yeah, outside of Wake and Noivern, his team is very slow.
I think it goes... Well, I know it goes Noivern, Wake. And then I think it's Rotom. I genuinely think it's Rotom next.
I think you're right.
How fast is Chestnut? 80?
Not even.
64. How fast Azu I know is 50. How fast is Ting Lu?
There's no shot that thing's fast.
45.
Yeah,
faster than I'm doing it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. He literally goes from fucking Noivern to Walking Wake down to Rotom, which is terrible.
Yeah, going from 109 to... what's Rotom? 70-something?
86.
86. Going from 109 to 86 is not good. You're missing that whole 90 speed tier.
And that's just something that's going to allow base 90s to walk up on him.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams just missing that one crucial speed tier, hey?
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know what I expected from a B League.
That's fair. They are the worst players.
Better than missing, like, 4 fucking speed tiers worth of Mons.
Yeah.
From what I've seen of Walking Wake in Draft League, it's been underwhelming, to be brutally honest. It's been very underwhelming. Glow King, a personal favorite Mon of mine. It's got chilly reception now, which allows it to get in and out more freely. So once it's on the field, it's not stuck in. It's got Toxic now. It's got T-Spikes, so it opens up the field a bit more. Torkoal, I mean, it's a Torkoal. Not much to say about them on.
Rapid Spin and Sun is about all it's got, really. Rapid
Spin, Lava Plume, fucking, I don't know, Solar Beam.
Does it get Solar Beam?
It used to. It might have lost it, but it used to.
If it used to, I don't think they would have removed it, but I'm going to check anyway.
I spelled Torkoal. Found it.
Yeah, they have it. TM168 Solar Beam, it has it.
Yeah. I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if they removed it, if we're being brutally fucking honest, because Lurantis literally lost superpower.
That's certainly odd.
Yeah. He's got Azu, you know, fucking banded, choice band, you know, sub, whatever, right? Perish Trap.
How do you rate
uh,
Glastrier? Question for you.
What do you mean?
Do you think it's a good grab for his team, or?
I think. Not on his team. No, I don't.
No?
In general, I think it's a great low-tier Terra user. Gray grabbed it in Victory Road. He actually sniped me of it. And I mean, he's not putting together the greatest season, unfortunately. But
yeah, he's had a bad day.
He's having a very bad gray day. Fuck, what did I name that paste against him? The no good, very bad gray day. That's just his Victory Road season.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And then he's got Noivern, another personal favorite mon of mine.
Yeah,
probably, honestly, if I'm being honest, it's my favorite dragon, so...
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but since using it, it's warmed its way into my heart.
Fair enough. I definitely think the Terra Normal Boom Burst specs is terrifying.
Well, that's what I brought versus you. I brought Infiltrator Heavy Duty Boots Boom Burst.
It's definitely
because your only way of stopping it was your Mimikyu. So I brought Infiltrator, so that even if you had a sub and screens up, I bypassed them and still hit it with a Shadow Ball.
Yeah.
So, and Knuckle Stack, I think it's whatever. It's a fucking Knuckle Stack. It's all right. It's nothing to write home about.
Yeah, that's definitely true. All right, I mean,
Rotom Heat, I think it was a very throw-on type of pick.
He did that in Post. He did that in Grace.
I still think it's just a very throw-on type of pick.
That's fair. Well, yeah, he dropped Arcanine. Oh wait, no, that was Dewott. Never mind. Where was he? He dropped Moltres, Orthworm, and Thwackey for Rotom, Heat, and Chestnut.
What he should have done is drop those for just a pure electric type and Chestnut, is what he should have done. But, you know, Nick's a fool.
Fair. Well, this is welcome to Be You Live, lads.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get to scream about their play in a week, or whenever Caleb decides to be like, oh, hey, yeah, we need to do this now.
Yeah, this probably is a bad timing to be doing it, but he's brought it up, so I may as well. I'm going to be doing, every single week after all the matches are concluded, we're going to be going through and watching the matches and talking about them with various A Division players. Ty, I don't know if you want to join me for week 1 or just whenever you feel like, but yeah.
I don't know. I can join in while you're kickstarting it, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure how many A players are actually going to want to do it.
I think I can get like at least 5, but we'll see.
I think you can get at least me, Gray, and Bailey. Maybe Mez, depending on times you catch them.
I think Mez will be down and Davis as well. Davis already said he would.
Yeah, so you can get at least a few of us.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm moving on to my number 6 spot, Dewott. So, Ty...
I've never seen... I just want to say this before you go into your rant.
Yep.
I've never seen someone fuck up a Qianpao team as bad as this.
That's, pretty valid, actually. I mean, yeah. So, my first spiel was going to be about how Ty thinks that Steela should be above Dewott. But I think Qianpao solely is the reason it's above Steela. Cause
I disagree.
It's a really easy mon to use, in my opinion. You can just click buttons. It doesn't require anything else. And then
say that this entire team doesn't just get beaten by Stealth Rocks.
Yeah, all of like the good all the Anam, Chen, Zap, Dragon, Ceruledge, yeah. Does it even have removal? Does an Emerus get defog?
Nope.
Because I know Zapdos lost defog, but I wasn't sure if an Nem ever had it.
So did Dragonite.
Yeah, well, I know they both lost it.
Rillaboom's also a very bad pick. No superpower, no high horsepower, no knockoff.
Yeah, Rillaboom definitely got nerfed this generation.
It has knockoff, no Grassy Glide, sorry. Like, it's a very, very bad pick.
Yeah, it got nerfed heavily this season, honestly. It's actually really unfortunate because I actually liked Rillaboom last gen.
I didn't. I think it was a new bait type of mon.
A new what?
I think it was a new bait type of mon.
Oh. I don't know. I think it was... I don't know. I think it was pretty good.
It was like, I think it was like Garchomp last gen in a sense.
And
Great mon. Terrible in worse players' hands.
Okay, fair. I mean, I don't know. Does it still have U-turn as well? I just remembered it had that.
It does. It does.
Okay. Having some switchability is nice.
I will say, I know he has Chien Pao as a Terra user, but the fact that he grabbed 2 primary Terra users within Dragonite and Chien Pao was a stupid decision.
Yeah, it was kind of like, not that it ever really revolved in this league, but in Gen 8 with Dynamax, having multiple mons that wanted to Dynamax made the team a bit worse.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the same thing in this gen, where having multiple mons that want to abuse the Terra makes it significantly worse, because you can only draft 1, right? So.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Floatzel, though, as a low-tier Terra, could be kind of unique.
Could be nice. I know Floatzel is low, but I think Floatzel's actually kind of underrated. I love Floatzel.
I adore the mon. It's not good. That's the unfortunate part. But, on to the next team.
Hang on. I'm not done here. Floatzel, what's your fucking attacking speed? It's got...
His speed is 115. His attack is like 120.
Attacks 105, speeds 115, but close enough. So it's like it has the offensive capability worth it. It's got liquidation, wave crash, which is like the new good water move. It's got ice fang coverage, headbutt if you want to be a dick, slash.
Hold up, I'm gonna draft Basculin and fucking rock out with banded wave crash.
Do it.
You say that like I haven't drafted Basculin in Gen 8 multiple times.
Fair. It's even got it's got Ice Punch, so you can ignore fucking Fang. Even Ice Spinner now, that's actually better.
I was gonna say I think it's Ice Spinner too.
Yeah, it is. That's this thing's biggest issue. It lacks coverage. It has Crunch, Ice Spinner, Liquidation, and like Wave Crash.
I think it gets U-turn.
That's really all you will ever want to run. Wave Crash, Ice Spinner, Crunch, and it gets Brick Break and Dig. That's okay.
Does it not get U-turn?
Nope. Nor Flip Turn.
Well, maybe I'm misremembering that then. I could have swore it had fucking U-turn.
I don't know. It doesn't now though. It has Fury Cutter. That's the only bug move it learns.
Hey yo, Fury Cutter fucking loaded dice.
That's not how that works.
What do you mean that's not how that... Oh, wait, because Fury Cutter's not Rock Blast. It increases damage each turn.
Yeah, it's like Rollout, but it doesn't lock you in.
Yeah.
Wrong bug move. It's not Pin Missile, it's Fury Cutter.
Yeah, I thought it was Pin Missile. I realize that now.
Yeah. I also think Enamorous Therian's not bad.
I mean, we just seen Mare's hand, actually his ass with it.
Yeah.
But I think it's bad in Dewott's hands.
Yeah,
Dude's not good.
I don't think he's gonna be able to use it. But I still think it's a good mon, so hopefully he can do something with it at some point.
Also, I just want to say about this next team, I have a gripe with this next team. But I think this is just a bad team. It's too rock weak. For a team with no removing options, I think it's just too rock weak to be considered a top 6 team.
Do you think the Powder Orthworm's a good combo?
Honest answer, no.
No?
They're both physical walls.
That's true. Does he have any special walls? I guess Enamorous is the best bet he has.
I think Enamorous' physical defense is higher than its special.
I don't know.
Enamorous Therian is 110 defense. Yeah, its physical defense is higher.
Okay, but that's still his only real special war at base 100, which is kind of bad, actually.
Hippowdon is 72, and what's the other one? Orthworm? Yeah, Orth is like fucking
Nothing.
455, yeah.
Alright, moving on. We have Celesteela.
I just want to say, this bitch stole my Victory Road core of Enamorous Quagsire.
Yeah, I was looking at that. And she kept her Masquerada. She very much likes that mon.
She's gonna marry it. I can already see it happening.
I think this Steel Electros is a weird choice. I don't know about you.
And it's not. For the reason being, it's one of those mons where it'll be great as a Steel type because it can't be hit by Earthquake, and it offers a secondary Fairy answer, which her team desperately lacks.
I mean, yeah.
It was actually my call to make it Steel.
Fair enough.
Having said that, Goldango and Masquerada are fine offensive options.
How do you rate the Slitherwing?
What's up?
How do you rate the Slitherwing?
I think Slitherwing's fine. It's a good revenge killer with a Scarf with BAM, Photosynthesis.
Yeah, that's
is it Photosynthesis or Quark Drive? I think Quark Drive's the iron.
Yeah, it's Photosynthesis.
Mons. With like Photosynthesis and shit, I think it's a fine mon. It gets first impression, U-turn, it's dual stabs. It gets wild charge for shit like Corviknight that it can't otherwise touch.
Yeah.
I do think Mew was a bit questionable. I understand that it was a bulky psychic, but Mew losing its entire identity of losing knockoff and soft-boiled and
it got nerfed hard.
It was not a good time for it.
It definitely got nerfed hard.
I think Goldango is a setup sweeper. I mean, it nasty plots, choice Scarf, choice specs, Yeah. There's Thunderwave, recover.
I think Hax is still pretty fine on a team. Just, a basic late game sweeper. DD, have fun.
Or even an early game breaker.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You can band it, you can Scarf it, you can DD it. It can do a bit.
Even if you choice Scarf the Haxorus, another point I want to touch on about Masquerada is the fact that it now brings spikes to the team. It brings spikes and toxic spikes. Same as Quagsire, it now brings rocks, spikes, and toxic spikes. Toxic in a meta where toxic users are limited. She is one of the better toxic users.
That's what. Hang on, something I just realized. What removal does she have? Colossal, I think, gets Rapid Spin, right?
Colossal gets Rapid Spin, and Cryogonal gets Rapid Spin. That's it.
Not the best removal, if I'm being honest.
I mean, yeah, it's a 4 and a fucking 5-point mon, respectively.
I mean, Cryogonal's at least fast, though. That's alright.
Now, at that point, me and her built this team in mind with forcing the opposition to remove for us.
So your plan is to make them defog.
Exactly. Our plan was to make them defog for us so that we don't have to.
Fair enough. I mean, the team overall isn't too weak to hazards either, so that helps it.
I mean, yeah. You're not going to want Haxorus getting poisoned by toxic spikes or anything, or you don't want Haxorus or Enamorous taking 25% from spikes and rocks, respectively.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is. Those things you do want to keep healthy. I'm a bit mad at her that she stole my Enamorous, Quagsire core, but...
Don't lie, you're proud that she used your idea.
I don't mind her stealing my core, but still, fuck you, Danielle. That was my core.
Alright, moving on to our first of our noob players. So...
I don't like his...
Really? Hang on, give me a moment. So, for those of you who aren't aware, we have, I think, 6 completely new players, maybe 5, something like that, who have never played in a draft league before.
2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's 5.
So hang on. We've got Porychad, Hawlucha, Houndoom. Oh, no, not Houndoom. Sorry. Zorua.
So, Ceruledge is 6.
Well, don't forget, Palkia's only played in one, and even there, and he's only halfway through it. So I'm considering just leaving him in with it. So Palkia,
So we got
Ceruledge,
the Haluchas,
Zorua.
we got the Porychads, we got the Ceruledges, we got the Palkias, we got
Yeah.
who's Debug?
Porychad, this guy.
This guy.
Yeah, he's our first of the complete noobs.
I think there was 6 new guys. Like
Mm.
I'm like 99.99.7% sure. We got Zen, we got Zorua, we got Palkia, we got Ceruledge, we got Hawlucha, and
Yeah.
we got the Port.
So
Yeah, so 5.
Ceruledge, Zorua, and then Hawlucha, Porychad, Palkia, and then yeah, that's it.
So 5. And then I guess you could probably throw Will in there too, considering he's only ever played like 2 leagues in his life.
And both of them were B divisions.
And both of them were B divisions. So yeah, 6 new coaches, I would say.
Yeah. Anyway, he's the first of them. Fuck, this video's already been going for an hour. Holy fuck.
Well, great.
Yeah.
Extra ad revenue.
You act like I get ad revenue.
You're not at 1,000 subscribers, so you probably don't.
No, you're right, I don't. That's the joke. Anywho.
So, here's the big thing. I don't like this team. Reason being is because of one reason. He stole my Cleavor. Second reason is this team is so fucking psychic weak that he's going to get railed by any good psychic.
I mean, he has 2 dark types.
Actually, I just want to say this. Glow King, Iron Defenses, Calm Mind, Stored Powers this entire fucking team.
What's it do to Overquill?
Sits on it. What is Overquill doing to it?
Liquidation, baby.
Okay? Glow King outstalls it.
Yeah, that's fair.
And besides, if Nick can remove both the darks, which isn't hard considering neither of them have viable recovery,
Fair.
he just starts setting it up on a Lola Mola or something.
Yeah, that's true. I actually don't really rate King Gambit all that much, just because I think the idea of a gimmick having your teammates be dead isn't that good.
It's good in the regards of if you play like I do, where you play a pick-a-sack game.
Fair.
Where I don't mind trading Pokemon. I will go 2 for 2, 3 for 3, 4 for 4. I don't care. The only time I won't trade is if I'm on the back foot afterward.
Yeah.
So I think it's an alright gimmick in a player like my hands, or somebody who's willing to play that sack game. But in a player as new as his, I don't think it'll do anything.
Yeah. That's definitely a valid criticism. With the Cyclozar setup, I think he's not gonna do well with it. I don't think he'll be able to fully use the capabilities that it can offer someone.
See, here's the problem. Espathra Screams is only good on OU because Espathra is a Terra user. It's not a Terra user here.
And even if it was, knowing what Terra type it is would help greatly.
Exactly. He's trying to use an OU core in a draft league. Wait till he finds out that doesn't work like that.
Yeah. Zapdos is definitely an interesting Pokemon, because on paper, it always looks incredible, right? Fighting, flying, Scarf, Band, whatever you want to do with it. Brave Bird, CC, you can do a lot. But I don't know about you, Ty, but I always find it lacks.
I find it ends up missing on important kills most times.
Yeah, it just lacks that little bit of edge.
And funny you say that, because it's always so used to take and recoil that it's always edging itself to fucking death.
Yeah, but Brave Bird recoil certainly doesn't help. Or when it only got high jump kick, it's like that didn't help either.
Sir, it never even got high jump kick. You mean CC?
No, it didn't. It used to not run CC. I'm pretty sure.
It ran Thunderous Kick.
Yeah, but that's because no one wanted to use high jump kick.
Which is what it used to beat Toxapex because it has a 100% lower defense rate.
I swear this motherfucker used high jump kick and everyone refused to use it.
It's not Mienshao, bro. It don't click high jump kick.
You don't know that. It might be a Mienshao in disguise.
Oh, fuck. Base 100 speed, close enough to base 105.
Fair. But yeah, I think... So he got destroyed week 1, but I think he'll learn fairly quick. And I think he's just barely going to edge out into playoffs for 8th place, in my opinion.
His best part of his team, you ready to hear it?
Volcarona?
No.
Avalon.
Fuck Volcarona. Trash ass mon.
You don't like Volk?
I think it's a cool mon. I don't think it's a good mon.
No, I think it's a great simply because Quiver Dance, Giga Drain, and Fiery Dance.
It's an alright mon.
Bug Buzz, you know.
I think like when you know what it's bringing each week, it's just like, okay, you can do your thing. As long as I save a physical attacker, you ain't doing shit to me, boy.
I assume you're gonna talk about a Waterlog.
What am I talking about? A Waterlug? I think that was probably his best thing to make it.
Yeah.
Because, like, what the fuck else are you gonna make it? Fucking.
Didn't he have it as Steel originally?
Fighting?
Then changed it to Water.
No, I think it was fighting originally.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Which, I mean, powers up body presses, I guess, but, like, outside that, it really does nothing.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
My redeeming factor about this team is the fact that Kleavor is a fucking menace. I've used it firsthand, and it just seems no team switches into its dual stabs.
Yeah, it's hard to switch into Bug and Rock.
With a Scarf, it just clicks U-turn over and over and over again. I mean, you've seen me do that to Danielle.
Yeah.
Where it just clicked U-turn, and with pairing that with something like a physical attacker within what's-its-face, Zapdos Galar, it's able to just keep U-turning over and over again.
Yeah.
Speaking of Earth Luna.
Yeah. Welcome back to our friendly bear. Me and Ty, if you can't notice, are big Ursaluna lovers.
I mean, I loved Teddy Ursa right from when it came out. Which, fuck, when did Gen 2 come out?
Before you were born, bro.
Yeah, I think it was literally... No, when did it come out?
98.
No shot.
I'm pretty confident Gold and Silver came out in 98. Came out in 99, I apologize.
Damn. It's 2 years older than I am. That's crazy.
I told you it was older than you.
Crazy.
Okay, let's get on with this. I
actually had an not an Urshifu, fucking an Ursaring plush. I don't know where it went. That makes me mad. Pretty sure my daughter has it.
Children.
But anyway, I had a Ursaring plush right from a child, and I've always loved the Pokemon. So, could you imagine my excitement when I found out that it was getting an evolution?
Not to mention an actually good evolution.
An actual good evolution, and that it made its middle evolution actually better because of Eviolite now.
Yeah, Eviolite Ursaluna is kind of really good.
And
same with Giraffre, actually. Eviolite Giraffre was nice.
I was ecstatic.
Yeah. Guts Facade on a mon with that level of bulk is just ridiculous.
Not to mention the like base fucking 135 attack it's got going on.
Yeah, it's pretty much Melm in terms of stat distribution. High HP, attack, and defense, low everything else. But even actually saying that, its special defense is usable. Like if you stack an AV on it.
I was wrong.
What?
Its special defense is 80, not 60. I thought it was slightly worse.
I mean, I think that's more than slightly worse. That's considerably worse. But if you, like, 80 is a respectable SPDEF stat, right? Like, for a physically bulky mon, that's a respectable base, like, SPDEF. It's like,
well, it is 80. It is 80.
Yeah, so if you stack that with, like, an AV, I think you'll be living everything you need to, man.
Well, can confirm. I think it ate a +2 surf from something one time. Yeah, I made it live a +2 surf from a Blastoise.
It sounds about right.
You know.
And then combining that with a, like, fast breaker / sweeper in Tornado's T, I think Hurricane will just, if it hits, obviously, it'll go through teams.
Unfortunately, I can't say Torrent is good because it lost literally its entire fucking identity.
It did? What did it lose?
It lost Defog, it lost Knockoff, it lost...
Okay, I knew Defog, I didn't know Knockoff, that's unfortunate.
Lost Sludge Wave, lost Iron Tail, lost Weather Ball.
Okay, hang on, how many people are actually running Iron Tail? Fuck that move.
Me. I ran it for Sylvia one time and absolutely fucking obliterated it with a Choice Band Tornadus.
Alright, fair enough. Understandable. Have a nice day.
I mean, you asked, and I just gave you the one time I ran it.
Can we discuss the fact that Tornadus doesn't have Hail, but it does have Snowscape?
Yeah, because Snowscape is the new Hail.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like why does this move have every every weather move?
Well, to be fair, aren't the Giddies literally the weather trio?
You know what? Oh. You make a valid point. You're right.
So it checks out.
Yeah. I mean, it still has...
I will say, though, I do love the regen core that he's got going on.
Yeah, Slowking Torn on are great for that. Damn, if only...
Like, Torn Slowking.
If instead of Zarude, he chose Tangrowth, which I don't actually think is in this game, but we'll just roll with it.
It's not.
No. Well, we'll just pretend it is for the sake of this. If he had Taunty, Slowking, and Tang, I think that would have been a really, really good defense call. Especially because I don't really rate Zarude, honestly. I think it's overhyped.
I don't.
But
I think Zarude's a fine mon. It's just not very friendly to players who can't hit their moves. So not great.
Yeah, and not you either.
Bro, I can't hit a fire effect. What makes you think I'm clicking Power Whip?
Yeah. Back on the Torn, though, it did lose a bit, but it still got Sludge Bomb, Psychic, Heat Wave, Dark Pulse, Grass Knot, Air Slash, U-Turn, Foul Play, Brick Break, even Icy Wind and Acrobatics. Like, it's still got... Even Hammer Arm. Why does this thing get fucking Hammer Arm? It doesn't even have arms.
Well, it does. Have you seen those wings? It's gonna fucking crush you between its wing thighs.
That's enough out of Utai.
And then you got Armarouge, which could be actually really fucking good with the choice specs or. See, my biggest pet peeve right now is the fact that he auto loses to a ghost type.
I mean, he's got Zarude.
He's got Zarude and then 2 normals, sure. But outside that, he's getting fucking railed up the ass by a good ghost type, like Gengar.
Yeah. Gengar would also get rid of the Zarude weakness with a Sludge Bomb.
Exactly. The only real counter to Gengar is the Ursaluna. And that's not how you want to be spending your Ursaluna's HP.
No, it's not.
So, you know. I mean, I guess Grafaiai would...
This team actually has some fairly good speed in it. This team. So, like, Taunty and Grafaiai are both really fast.
Taunty is 121, down to Grafaiai, which is 110, down to Zarude, which is 105, down to Palmot, which is also 105, down to Armarouge, I think.
Yeah.
Which is like 80.
I don't know what Armarouge is. I'll check now.
It's 75. So, yeah, you go from 105 to 75, which isn't good.
Yeah. Man, what is it with all these guys missing shit between, like, 100 plus to 70?
I wish I could tell you. I really wish I could.
Yeah. Missing that, I think having like a 96 or 97 is really important. Isn't that like...
Oh, the ninth one. Get fucked, Oilers. You suck.
What?
Oh, just hockey.
Okay. I
It's a very random time to say anything, but you know.
Yeah. I don't quite get his Paldean Tauros grab, especially because it's the fire one, and right after he chose an Armorage, like, does he need that?
Sure, what's ever gone wrong with, 3 fire types? It's only 2, but
Yeah. Just a little odd from me. Hell, even going the water one would have been more useful in my opinion. He sure is a slow king, but they do different things. Like, they might both be water, but one's offensive.
One's an offensive water, one's a defensive water.
Yeah, where with Armorage and Tauros Blaze, they both are offensive fires, which kind of is redundant.
I agree. They're both very offensive, especially to my well-being.
Yeah. I also... Great... Not great.
That went completely over your head.
Yes. What do you think of Dachshund?
I think it's a fucking terrible fairy.
I actually forgot it was fairy. Not gonna lie. Oh, actually, hang on. Ty, hold on. That actually fills in his 90. It's got a 95 speed.
Shut the fuck up. It's not a 95. It'll never be ran as a speedy mon. What have you just posted on your story? Anyone want to take a guess how much they think my sleep was?
Oh.
None.
I literally posted that hours ago.
You act like I always watch your story, bro.
I think you do, actually.
I really don't.
Oh, well.
I watch glimpses of it, so it might say that I've watched through it all, when in reality that's just not the case.
Fair enough. What do you think of Well-Baked Body?
It makes a good Chi-Yu counter, if I'm being brutally honest.
Yo, that's actually so true. Dachshund for destroying that is actually really funny.
It actually pairs well with a Mega Scizor thing. Like, it pairs well with Mega Scizor and Dachshund specifically against a Roaring Moon. Because the Roaring Moon's going to click Fire Fang, and, it's going to click Fire Fang on the Scizor, you swap in Dachshund, and then now you wall it, because you're at +2, and it's only at +1.
Not to mention, it just has 115 defense by standard.
So yeah, we don't talk about that. This Mon was so shafted by Game Freak that it's actually kind of depressing.
I mean, this thing actually, that scenario that you just played out. I mean, even if it only has base 80 attack, what's it got? Play rough. Is that it?
Probably, yeah.
It's got D-Gleam. That's. I mean, hang on. What's its special?
Play rough, body press. Like, I mean, you play rough, body press, wish, protect. There you go. There's your Dachshund set.
Yeah, I think it would work, but for this exact league, I don't think it's gonna be very. I don't think it's that good. No.
It's a less than ideal.
Yeah.
I mean, Palmot's also really fucking good. It's actually more than meets the eye. By the way, I was yesterday's years old when I realized that Double Shock wasn't a multi-hitting move.
Do you think it was like double kick where it hit twice?
Yeah, I did, and I thought that until yesterday.
Nah, it's an electric type burn up.
It's not an electric type burn up, but
what do you mean? It literally gets rid of your electric move.
It doesn't get rid of your electric typing, but you have to be electric typing to use it.
I thought it did get rid of your electric typing.
Nope.
Oh.
No.
Interesting.
Well,
no, I just googled it. After using this move, the user will no longer be electric type.
That's not how Showdown has it working.
Well, fuck Showdown. It's not accurate. Fucking Pokemon database says it's after using the move, the user will no longer be electric type. So it is Burn Up. That's electric type.
Actually, fun fact, that's not even how in-game works.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I was pretty sure it's not, because it didn't remove the electric typing from the battle that I was watching.
Oh well. Yeah.
Unless it just doesn't have the no longer whatever typing dialogue anymore.
I don't remember if it does, but I know it's taken away my electric typing. On other news,
Well,
do you think it's worth bringing up Steel Appleton, or are we moving on?
Steel Appleton's probably its best answer, especially with thick fat. But other than that, Appleton's not really anything to write home to your mama about. So, you know.
Alright, moving on.
We got...
Alright, this might seem odd, but I've got Overkill.
I'm not even addressing this team. Next.
Come on. Address it a little bit.
No, his team is literal ass. The coach behind it is ass. What more do you want me to address? The only redeeming factors on this team are Iron Bundle and fucking Glimmora.
Yeah, that's fair. I think Glimmora should probably be buffed like to 15 or 16. I didn't realize how good it was until Mez used it in like week 2 or something.
I think 14 is fine. I just think people need to play better around it.
I think people underestimate it because it just looks like a bulky wall. They don't realize how fast or offensive it actually is.
I mean, it's got what, base 130 attack or special attack, and then fucking like 98 speed or some shit.
Yeah, it's like you don't expect that. It's like Suicune. No one expects that thing to be so bulky until you fight it and be like, why don't you die?
Well, here's the thing. Glimmora is not like that because Specs is literally one of its most common sets.
Fair.
But yeah, no, for Suicune, you look at it and you're like, why are you both offensive and as defensive as you are? Like, that's just toxic.
As opposed to Glimmora, who literally lays toxic spikes freely.
Yeah, that's also very toxic of him.
Fuck I don't know why.
I just got you canceled because I called Glimmora a him. Oops.
I don't know why he ever traded away Palafin for Iron Hands, to be honest.
I don't know, but he's a fucking idiot, considering he had Lecky at the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
So now we move on to teams that are actually expertly conducted. This is garbage. His team should actually get moved down.
I was actually just thinking that. Maybe I should move this shit down, but we're going to Ceruledge now. Another one of our
Is this
noobs.
Protein Gren or
yes,
Battle
protein,
Bond?
Protein.
Oh, so he's the good Gren. Good.
Yeah.
Bro, his team is so bad.
Yeah.
Like, why do you have double steals?
Yeah, having Treads and Scissor isn't exactly the best.
Why does he have double Fairy as well?
I mean, Grim can barely be counted as a fairy, let's be honest here.
Next question. Why the fuck does he have double Ground? Why does he have double fucking Dark?
He is doubling on
Why does
attacks.
he have double Water?
He really is doubling
Why
on
does he have triple Dark? I just noticed the Wu-Chen there. Why does he have 3 Darks?
I was gonna say, he has 3 Darks and 3 Grounds. He has Lando, Iron Treads, and Muds.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Why does he have 3? Like, I mean, they're not bad typings to have 2 of, but 3?
Yeah. Also, can we discuss the Fire Mimikyu? I don't understand that. Is that just to deal with steals?
That's specifically to deal with things like Corviknight. So,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I mean it's better than my Burning Jealousy Mimikyu, I guess.
That it is.
Oh, you know what it also is probably to prevent?
What's that?
Bullet Punch.
Yeah, that definitely is a good point to make.
Yeah, because if you go to hit it with a fairy move, you're just fucking, or not a fairy move, a steel move, he's gonna tear into fire and now resists it rather than it being super effective. So
yeah, definitely true. Yeah, overall, I think Gren's a great and easy to use mon. Lando is a great but difficult to use mon.
Unless you're Gray, don't tell him that. But Gray can't use Gren for the fucking life of him because he can't hit a Hydro Pump unless it's against me. He went 6 for 6 against me and then hasn't hit one since.
Yeah, pretty much. But overall, I also agree. I don't rate this team. I think Gren and Lando and Sizz are kind of fine. Treads is kind of fine, and then the rest is kind of just there.
Mudsdale's the best ground on his team, which is kind of sad. Well, outside Lando, I guess, but...
Can we also discuss that Clutchdale is a brilliant Pokemon, so you can shut the fuck up. Don't you dare diss my Muds.
I literally just said Muds is the best Mon on this fucking team.
Valid. Anyway, moving on to...
Move him. No. We gotta move him above Overkill. I cannot. Even though his team is meh, he's still above Overkill's.
Alright.
There we go.
Alright, going to our boy Zorua.
This team is also bad.
Yeah, this team is massively a mess. I mean, first off, he picked Hisuian Zoroark round 1. That's,
Bro, hey, hold on. We gotta tell them about the confusion that I had. I was sitting there calling Caleb a fucking dumbass because I thought Caleb had drafted Skeledirge round 1 and Will took fucking Hisuian Zoroark round 1. So I thought these two idiots were fucking drafting stupid shit round 1. I was like, you guys are idiots. So, yeah, that's the story of the B-League.
Yeah, welcome to B-League, guys.
But I mean, Zoroark and Quackball and Hydra.
Yeah, his overall, his first 3 picks are workable.
But then everything after, it's just kind of like, why are you here?
Magnezone is legitimately his only defensive Pokemon at all.
Yeah, literally. That's
really bad.
It's kind of sad.
I also don't quite get the Fire Meloetta, to be honest.
I mean, how do I justify it? I don't physically think I can. And not because it's bad, like, fine, it's an alright typing for Meloetta, but it already gets access to Fire Punch.
That's what I mean, like, it doesn't seem to gain anything from it. It's like, don't get me wrong, that's literally his only Pokemon below 10 points, so it was his only Terra option, but I don't think Fire was the right type, to be perfectly honest.
I would have probably gone Fighting, Normal, Dark, Ghost.
Yeah, one of those would have been good. I think Lazzle is fine overall. It being able to poison and both poison and steel types is helpful, and with like sub and shit, it can work. Or you can specs it and outspeed shit.
Excuse.
What?
I think Salazzle's a very bad excuse for a fire type.
That's fair. I'm just saying it's like workable, especially it's better than like Gardevoir and Mousehold. We'll say that much.
I disagree.
Alright, well, I like it more. Mousehold, I
think Gardevoir, in a generation of when there are, like, no fairy types right now, I think Gardevoir is in high commodity. And don't tell Bailey we said that, otherwise he might go fucking try and fuck it.
No, he wants to fuck Meloetta, not Gardevoir.
Well, Meloetta's also in a rare commodity, so, you know, he'll probably try and fuck both.
Valid. Anyway... my only comment about Mousehold is the fact that Population Bomb is boosted by Sharpness. That's my only note for that thing.
Here's another note. That it gets Dragon Dance when it cleans up hazards.
Wait, what?
It has a move called Tidy Up that when it removes, when it clicks it, it gets Dragon Dance.
Oh, okay then. That's...
Yes. If there's hazards on the ground, it removes them.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't really. I mean, like, he's got a good fake out within his Stewie Zoroark. Like, if you don't prep for it, it can fuck you over. I learned that the hard way in the week 1 of Victory Road.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, like, Hisuian Zamorot, Thiefless Edge, I think the move's called. It fucking set spikes for him.
Hang on.
And then you can bring, like, Bandit Quackball to revenge kill shit with Aqua Step and just start fucking speed boosting and Moxie boosting, so, you know.
Yeah, the fact that it gets
like,
Aqua Step and
Mons
Moxie...
aren't bad. It's just the synergy of the Mons are bad.
Well, to be honest, I think outside the top 3, half the Mons are pretty bad as well, actually.
Like, well, I disagree. I think the only thoroughly bad Mon is Weavile.
That's kind of fair, yeah.
And that's just because it lost both knockoff and crash. Or not crash, sorry. Uh, Triple Axel.
Yeah. Alright, moving on. We have Prismatic Palkia, Dylan.
I think this is the second to final team.
Yeah, this is the second last team.
I can't really comment on... Wait. I mean, I can't really comment on this team because I drafted the top 3 Mons, so, you know.
Yeah, well, Chi-Yu is obviously a great Mon.
I actually found it a bit underwhelming when I used it.
That's fair, actually. That's something I was also gonna bring up. Well, no, that's not something I was gonna bring up. But when I was like looking at what I wanted to choose in like Victory Road for like my first pick, I kind of realized that Chi-Yu is not as good as it's made out to be.
But it's still a great fucking Mon, don't get me wrong. It's just I found it very underwhelming when I used it.
Yeah, I also think Chen Pao is just much better than it.
Oh, that's not up for debate. That's the truth.
Yeah. In other news, Sneasler I actually think is really good. I think it's definitely underrated simply because it's ugly as fuck.
Well, I don't think that makes it underrated. Sorry, but
No, but like people don't like it because it's ugly, but it's got base 130 attack and 120 speed.
I feel like that's not why people don't like it. I feel like it's the fact that how frail it is for how offensive it is why people don't like it.
It's a glass cannon. Its job is to outspeed and hit hard.
A fucking glass cannon. It's got respectable bulk as a Mon with base 120 speed and 130 attack.
Well, 80 HP and SPDF and 60 defense is workable.
That's respectable.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, CC, Poison Jab, Metal Claw, Night Slash, Dire Claw, Acrobatics, Trailblaze, Poison Tail, Aerial Ace, Rock 2.
You're never running Poison Tail. You're literally, if you're running a poison move, it'll literally always be Dire Claw.
Yeah, that's fair. Dig, Brick Break, U-Turn, Shadow Claw, Fire Punch, Poison Jab, Rock Slide, Gunk Shot, X Scissor, Shadow Ball, even Calm Mind and Nasty Plot. That's interesting.
Hey, yo.
Oh, it
What's
also
its special attack? Its special attack is 40. Please never suggest that again.
I never suggested it. I said it's interesting, but it also does get Taunt and SD. So I think it's
ability too.
What's its ability? I have no idea.
Pressure and Unburden and Poison Touch.
Oh, dude, Unburden on a Mon with 120 speed is fucking stupid. Hello.
Well, it's Hawlucha all over again.
Hawlucha isn't that fast though, is it? What's Hawlucha's?
It's 118.
Fuck, is it? I thought it was like 108, honestly.
Nope, it's 118.
Alright, well there you go. Yeah, it's stupidly fast. Which
Hawlucha with arguably a better offensive type.
I was gonna say, having Sneasler and Hawlucha on the same team is kind of not the best in my opinion.
I disagree because it gives time for Unburden shenanigans. Like It's one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, well you beat one Unburden Mon. Here's another one, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's
how
fair.
do you beat it?
That's definitely a fair point. And then also Corviknight as a defensive Pokemon is brilliant. The issue is he doesn't have any other real defensive Pokemon. I mean, Dugtrio, Arena Traps, and EQs. Jolteon just Thunderbolts and Volt Switches. Lucario has a few different things. Mismagius, I mean, it's a ghost type, that's helpful. Abomasnow sets Snow, which doesn't help. And then Zoroark is just there to be fucky.
Zoroark fucks. He truly does.
Yeah. But just overall, I think Corviknight is a massively bulky threat, but I don't think he has anything else to help back it up, which doesn't help overall.
The best part of this team, and we've already seen him fail with it once, is the fact that it has a bunch of U-turners.
Sneasler, Hawlucha, Jolteon. What else gets it?
The Zoroark and Corviknight.
I didn't even know Corviknight got U-turn. That's annoying as fuck, honestly. Yeah, it has a lot of momentum in that regard then, yeah.
You're welcome. That's a basic tie team for you.
Fair. Alright, moving on to my last place competitor, we have Heatran. Now, he has, as we mentioned before, played in like 2 different seasons, but, I mean, what kind of fucking retard decides their first pick should be Ceruledge?
Me.
Shut up, Ty.
Bro, you literally say, what type of retard decides to take a Ceruledge first when Akshi literally took a round 1 Munchlax?
He did that for the memes, though. Will did it because he thought it would be good.
I mean, still, it shares Akshi energy, so you know.
Yeah, but the difference is Akshi does it because he knows he's good enough that even with losing a round 1 great mon, he's good enough to still make playoffs. Will did it because he's a fucking retard.
That's true. Ceruledge, back to what we were saying about Josh's teams, is it's a great anti-setup sweeper. While it's setting up itself, it can't be out-set up due to unaware.
That is...
So, yeah. I mean, he got another Dragon Dance user. I mean, 1 week I got you to use bulky Gyarados.
Yeah, I didn't realize... I did realize, I just forgot how good bulky Gyarados actually was.
He's got Gallade, which is a nice Scarfer, Band user, Agility user, Life Orb, right? Like,
it also has Sharpness now. It also has Sharpness now, which I think helps it a lot.
What does it boost? Psycho Cut, fucking, that's it?
Sacred Sword.
It get Sacred Sword now. It did get Sacred Sword as a buff.
Yeah, Sacred Sword is now better than CC's, and it, not to mention, it also doesn't reduce your defenses.
Fun fact, Sacred Sword is actually stronger on base Gallade than CC is from Mega Gallade.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, Sharpness is actually really helpful for Gallade.
You got Gengar, which is one of the best special breakers in the fucking game. Fuck, it's been one of the best special breakers for fucking 60 years.
Yeah, since
Not quite that long, but...
Even since Gen 1, really. But the difference is it didn't use Shadow Ball and Sludge Bomb. It used the Elemental Punches plus Hyper Beam, usually.
Well, that's because there was no physical special split back then.
So the Elemental Punches were all special for reasons.
Yeah, it was all type dependent. It was what? Half the Eevee's typings were special and half the Eevee's typings were physical.
No.
That's what I remember.
No. All the Eevees are special and Dragon is special and everything else is physical.
Oh, was it? Damn.
Yeah. So that's the easy way to remember. If it's Eevee type, it's special, and if it's Dragon, it's special.
And then whatever's not an Eevee is physical.
Pretty much.
We need a Dragon Eevee.
Well,
no, you know what?
Low key, they should have made Dragon Eevee when they introduced Sylveon. That would have even made the thing better with just having all evolutions a special. Like, you know what I mean?
You know what I need? A Psychic Eevee.
We have one.
Shut up.
Espeon, you dumb fuck.
I forgot. That's how bad the mon is. I'm gonna draft Espeon one day.
Alright, you do that. Moving on.
You know what I do need, though?
A nap?
No, I need a buffed Glaceon so that it's better.
Valid.
That's what I need.
I mean, it's got Calm Mind now. That helps it.
It does got Calm Mind, but I think it lost Freeze Dry, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think you're right. Moving on, though, we have Tinkaton. Now, I think
it still has it. I think it's one of the few that do.
Oh, really? Well.
I don't know. It is what it is. That's off topic.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tinkaton.
I've used Twink, also known as Tinkaton.
I do not rate Ton, or Tink, or Twink, whatever the fuck. I don't rate it. I just don't. All of its stats are bad.
Twinkaton is actually alright. I used it. It's not as bad as I originally thought it was going to be, but it's still far from an ideal Steel or an ideal Fairy. Decidueye is pretty fucking bad now that it doesn't have Poltergeist.
Yeah, losing Poltergeist hit it hard. Cloyster...
yeah, literally. Cloyster is just a bad all-around mon. I'm sorry if Cloyster's your favorite mon, but your favorite mon is a pussy.
I was gonna say, it's literally a pussy.
It is literally
I think it's also worth noting that up from Ceruledge down to Cloyster were all done by Will here, but then back through to Giraffe is Ty. And I think you can all tell that Ty really cleaned up this team and made it even somewhat usable with Baxcalibur and Urshifu.
Bro, can y'all believe that these fucking retards left Baxcalibur and Urshifu Rapid on the board for round 9 and round 10? That shit was the most insane shit in the world to me.
I think you mean round
So I
8
had
and
to do
9,
it.
but yeah.
And then because I loved Ursaring, I had to draft my Double Bear core, which is another core that I've stolen from Victory Road from
Yeah.
myself this time.
The Urshi ring. We'll call it Urshi ring. The Urshi ring core is interesting.
And then Eviolite Draft Rig was only taken by me because it was a fucking steal of a pick at one point.
Yeah. Same with Stantler. Stantler and Girafarig are actually really underrated one-pointers.
Well, I was considering Stantler, but I felt like screens on Giraffe Rig probably gave him better options.
That's fair. Not that Will's ever going to use them, but yeah.
Probably not.
So I'd say that just about wraps up this list. Yeah.
We need to go back and we need to reorganize them. X this out.
Hang on, let me move these.
Ready?
That fucked up.
Josh first.
Yeah, Josh. Archen.
Leon. And I guess I'll give the nod to Rose, even though I think his team is significantly worse than Aiden's.
Yeah. And then.
No. You've already fucked up my order.
I'm just putting my order. Hang on. Low-key, let me...
You're gonna make a copy of both of them?
Yeah, I'm gonna duplicate. Where the fuck's duplicate?
Don't fucking delete them.
Where's duplicate? Create shortcut, that'll work. Where'd the shortcuts go? Hello? Oh my god, they're over on my other monitor. Hang on.
This poor guy.
Yeah.
This poor guy has to drag them one by one over.
And then Archen's there, then Rose.
Oh, it didn't even do it in order. That's fucking AIDS.
And then you wanted, what was your number? Your number 5?
No. If we doing our own, put Houndoom over Rose. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then Nick, so the Nosepass.
Yep. Mr. Nose.
And then Danielle.
Miss Steela.
Then Dewott.
Dewott, there he is.
And then your order is good.
So Porychad, Lucha, Ceruledge, Shandy, Zorua. I'm missing a Palkia. Where the fuck's Palkia? There he is. And then Heatran. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Fuck, this video is almost 2 hours long. I wonder if anyone's gonna watch at least their own segment. I hope people watch at least their own segments.
I hope people watch just so that I can roast them again. I'll be back in like 4 days, and then I'll roast how they're playing because they play like bitches.
Yeah, well, thank you all for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this at least somewhat. And yeah, we'll see you for the week 1 matches. Bye.
I've almost fallen asleep a couple times doing this.